Ebusuan for native for need kwan so mema obi bia akwa eba channel so me daily update TV. Ebusuan, following the helicopter crash incident, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Emma instruction through the interim defense minister Kasel Atoforsin say omonti committee now omonhwehwe the cause of sa helicopter crash and Kasel Atoforsin at the order ne adwuma ma oti committee na committee ni kwahwehwe nsem ama wo mahu the cause the ade opportunity ema sa helicopter crash ni see na me patcho that was it last week. I stand to be correct and patcho bet ma correct mo comment section hon NPP MPs ni bi sorry na omo kasa report in the check committees report na check adding ema the presidency apie ba bonten ebe respond ya na omo kasa sankofo no ask for an extension of period a period of time kakra ntino by enede na say week die omo de beba ema ye nyina yete o ma say that was yesterday and the minister for government spokesperson my friend Felix Ofosu-Kwakye pie ba bonten beka say presidency enya report no na ene omo be make sure say omo de betu dwemama anase bedwemama obia ehu se de eko na me pacho ene omokoi na omde kotu na me ma me kasa nye tintin ye beko ni akotie na yehu di nti port a ma sa helicopter crash no because prior to say say report ikreba na nkofo speculate kika nsem bebre na it seems say nsema na nkofo ka na pi na entisa krante busu obo kwan so me ma me kasa nye tintin ye beko ni akotie nsem na ankasa na me pacho sansem nso twagu wie na ye bra peni Kelvin tell pie ba bontin edi nsem betu dwa ono de so far wetima ko intercept docket be from the CID headquarters ono o kire say the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Dominic Ayini, was a investigate Afenyo marking. Also, corner or coaching Afenyo marking now or investigate Afenyo marking. I didn't know Kasa. Yabeko near Kutini and say I kaya Afenyo marking. Echo she a video anana and the social media. So I say in your bishay. Afenyo marking torn in sa na. Or so far all ship police officer be assume brand nipano ewo on duty na oye na adwuma na eno docket on eno docket and na say yebeka ya sa incident ni see no the Ghana police and I said the CID your friends the Department of the Ghana Police Service eko say omo kwa investigation omo investigation we no omo the docket no and I say omo findings na command the Attorney General ama Kelvin Taylor na nsaka o kire say was Attorney General no or acting upon sa findings na CID for their man into on chi Afenyo marking na on investigate Afenyo marking na said them running ST no enko ne pepepepe busu makasa kakra yenko ni nkoti insem na nkasa ni nchire mu na bra report and that is the helicopter crash report no by and nso twagu wie na bra peni Kelvin Taylor so ono nso de enso eto aso a ono nso o chechire nsem ntino yenko tie nsem yakopon hire obi bia me de obi bia ase.
Now to our findings. The helicopter was airworthy, but it lacked additional safety enhancements. For instance, the terrain awareness warning system. Now, you know, the terrain awareness warning system, for instance, is predictive. So what it does is it tells you, warns you, it gives you a better picture of the situation and puts the pilots in a better, it gives them, puts them in a position to make better judgments, to be able to see everything and be able to foretell if there are any things that could possibly create a problem. But they lack the additional safety enhancements required for the weather phenomenon over that terrain. There was adverse weather, there was limited visibility, there was rising rugged terrain. With this terrain induced complicating factors, and there were no ground-based navigational route aids en route. The investigation would like to say that from everything they gathered, the emergency response was very timely. The fact that these first responders managed to get to the site in about 2 hours was remarkable, because the terrain has very steep slopes. It was raining, it was slippery. So it wasn't the easiest thing to do. When we went to the site, it was also raining and it was very slippery. And we struggled using sticks and everything to try to get up there. So looking at everything, we would say very confidently that the emergency response was very timely. The investigation determined that the accident was caused by the sudden loss of altitude and lift due to downdraft. This loss of altitude without change in power or pitch altitude is consistent with downdraft associated with changing environmental conditions over high terrain. In our findings also, we said there's limited national navigational capacity, a capability for en route and remote area weather services. We also looked at training and realized that the Air Force doesn't have much simulator training. We looked at flight monitoring and realized that there was no flight data monitoring also taking place. For flight following and tracking of aircrafts, we realized that it was also not there. There's no secondary surveillance radar, no automatic dependent surveillance broadcasts, or any other real-time tracking of aircraft. Our safety recommendations. There is a definite need to modernize the fleet of the Ghana Air Force. We have recommended that the Air Force acquire modern aircraft with terrain avoidance warning systems and modern navigation systems. That the aircraft should have cockpit voice recorders and flight data recorders, which are the audiovisual capable types. That the Air Force should invest in simulators for recurrent training. That they contract certified aviation weather provider or providers, and that Ghana as a nation should try to have en route navigational aids, especially in remote areas. The Air Force should seriously consider establishing flight data monitoring and en route tracking systems. And finally, we believe that they need to acquire ground support equipment, modernize what they have. In conclusion, the helicopter accident was an unfortunate and sudden weather-related accident. Implementing the safety recommendations will prevent the reoccurrence of future accidents.
Who is supposed to be standing trial today in Ghana? If this document I am reading tonight, I am going to pose questions to the Attorney General. And if this document is with the Attorney General, he's too busy. The Attorney General has a lot of cases, and we know he's working on a lot of cases, which we understand, which we all respect. He has it in his possession, but onye and Newz say Odebeko court. If it is true, say this document or this document is with the Attorney General, he needs to study and prosecute. Then it means to say the CID boss is one of the finest CID bosses we have had in Ghana. And I blame the CID boss because the day these investigations were done, or was done, and the day she forwarded these investigations, if it is true, to the Attorney General's office, she was supposed to inform Ghanaians that the work that you gave me, the briefing that I gave you when this incident happened, I have finished the job and I have forwarded it to the Attorney General. the CID boss, if it is true that this document is really with the Attorney General, we have intercepted it. If we get a confirmation that this document is sitting on the desk of Attorney General, then you are one of the finest CID boss. My problem with you was that you were supposed to communicate with Ghanaians that you have done your investigations and that you have concluded and that the Attorney General needs to take the necessary action. And we all know that the Attorney General has a lot of work to do. We all know, say, the person who is very busy when it comes to Ghana, says, the Attorney General of Ghana. So this docket crown might be there. Now, Attorney General Krampono through Onyampo and share docket. We want to ask the Attorney General simple questions tonight. Attorney General, please, can you brief Ghanaians? Can you at least let us know, say, the investigation that was done on Afenyo Markin assaulting a uniform police officer, that investigation, has it gotten to your office? I don't care when you want to prosecute. That is not my problem. What I want to know is that criminal acts of Afenyo Markin that the police investigated, is it with you? And then when are you thinking or planning on taking it to court? Because the law needs to apply. This matter cannot be sitting in the Attorney General's office for 6 months. We cannot be sitting here and making it look like Afenyo Markin is above the law and he cannot stand before the court. Yesterday, I read assault, the consequences, and then what needs to be done when you are found guilty of assault. And with Afenyo Markin, this criminal act, it is pure assault on camera. So no judge can sit in Ghana and say that wasn't an assault. The police established that after their investigations, looking into the video, the cybersecurity part, the intelligence part, they came to a conclusion that Afenyo Markin assaulted, because the word assault is in there. And we all can see that the guy assaulted the uniform police officer on camera. Into this guy,